So Mike Thalassitis was a reality TV star and a semi-professional football player. But one thing he didn't do was come out about his mental struggles. Everything I talk about in my videos is my opinion only, so sit back, relax, grab yourself a cuppa or a drink of your choice and enjoy. So Mike Thalassitis was born on the 19th of January 1993 in Edmond, North London, England, and he was also of a Greek descent. Now Mike Thalassitis was very, very close to his family. Extremely close, so this was such a punch in the gut for them because they didn't know anything either. Nobody knew he was going through this. He really kept it in. So it was a semi-professional footballer, and he was a striker and played for various different teams. So yeah, he was very reputable before going into Love Island, really. So due to his semi-professional football, which was a great promise, he decided to give it up and go into reality TV. So he rose to fame when he went into Love Island in 2017, which is series 3. Now, he was voted out relatively early, and he was given a disgusting name that I will not be using because it's very disrespectful that people are still using that name. We know what name I'm talking about. So he goes into Love Island, voted out quite early, and then he came back in towards the end and then was kind of voted out again. The public didn't seem to be on his side very much. So that must have really affected him, but he didn't show it. There was no signs, nothing. He didn't speak out about his mental struggles. But because he was kind of so hated on Love Island, I think that it must have really affected him. It must have. So after Love Island, he started on other ventures, and he opened a restaurant in Essex called the Skillet. Again, nothing showing us that he was having any kind of mental struggles whatsoever. He was obviously one of the men that really kept it in, and there is no shame in any man with mental struggles at all. Like I said before, here lies the problem with Love Island and these kind of reality TV shows, but namely Love Island. So he comes out of Love Island and he's wondering what to do. He doesn't know what to do with his life. So behind the scenes, he was facing many mental struggles, and like most reality TV stars, he faced immense pressure from the press and scrutiny from everybody, really. People weren't very nice to him, Like I say, the dub name for him was disgusting. So like Sophie Graydon and Caroline Flack, he was obviously going through it but not speaking out about it. And like I say, here lies the problem with Love Island. You come out to immense fame, like I said, and you lost. He opened a restaurant, but he was lost. He didn't know what to do. He went on some dating program after that. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. But after that, I don't think he knew what to do, and that happens with a lot of Love Island stars who don't kind of stay together with anyone and stuff like that. They just, once the new ones come out, they just don't know what to do with themselves. And I think he was really going through it due to that, and he wasn't showing it. And he wasn't showing it to his family, he wasn't showing it to anybody, and that was a punch in the gut, because like I say, he didn't come out, he didn't speak out like Caroline Flack and Sophie Graydon, and it just happened, and it's like I say, so unavoidable, so unavoidable. So March 15th, 2019, at age 26, Mike Thalassitis died by unaliving himself, and he did it. Oh God, it's making me upset. He did it in a tree behind kind of his parents' house, so they wouldn't find him. So sad, so sad, and it really was a punch in the gut, because people weren't nice to him at all, and people, and a lot of Love Island stars have come out, paid some homage. I know Olivia did come out, because people were still calling him by that vile name, and she really scorned him and said, stop, it's so disrespectful now, stop it. You know, no one really liked him in there, but they didn't want him to die, you know. So before his death, Mike was struggling with grief and depression, as he just lost his grandmother as well. And he was a carer for her also. Amazing. I mean, people actually didn't know the real him. He obviously played up to his image in Love Island, but the fact that he was a carer, sorry if you can't hear me guys, I've had a little operation on my throat, I'm so sorry. But yeah, so he was a carer for his grandmother, which just tells me, amazing guy. So Mike had been grieving with the recent death of his grandmother, which had deeply affected him. He had financial troubles and found the transition from reality TV fame difficult, as I said. A toxicology report showed that he had alcohol and cocaine in his system at the time of his death, which might have contributed to his emotional and mental instability on the day of his death. His family has expressed concern about his well-being, but Mike did not seek formal mental health support. Like I said, he didn't say anything. So following his death, it did start a broader conversation about the risks of fame and struggling with the psychological demands of fame, which he obviously really did. It also started a broader conversation about mental struggles with men, also the demands of reality TV stardom. So since his death, Love Island came out and said, pardon me for reading my notes, mandatory therapy sessions for contestants, increased mental health monitoring for all participants before, during and after filming, the offer of additional mental health support for those who wanted it, even years after the appearance on the show. What I would say is most mentally damaging is Casa Amor. I would say that was very mentally damaging, and it's not needed. It wasn't needed in series 1 and 2, and they were great. It's very produced now, and it's become a little bit boring. You know, I used to watch it all the time. So my opinions on all of this is Mike had quite a glowing career as a semi-pro footballer, and he decided to give that up for reality TV, which I'm sure he regrets, because he really struggled with not having fame anymore. He really did struggle with that, and it, like I say, it just leaves these Love Island contestants not knowing what to do when the next one's come out, and now there's a bloody winter one, you know, so it's so effing annoying, you know. So yeah, what an absolutely sad loss, and a punch in the gut for everybody. So that's it for me today, guys. I'm sorry it's been a shorter video, but this is my episode 3, my last episode. The next one, I'm doing one on Meggie Poos, so it should be quite a good one. And yeah, so Much love.